students, in this video we are going to cover chapter 5th of class 5th. The name of the chapter is solar system and satellites. Okay, so we are going to study about the universe. Okay, so what is solar system and what are satellites? Basically, this is what we are going to study in this chapter. So let's start with the first topic, that is what is space. Okay, so space is the area around the earth atmosphere where the stars and planets are. That means not only about earth. When you go out of the earth, all the universe area which has no air, which has no atmosphere, and only stars and planets are present, basically atmosphere, but there is no air, and that place are called space. Okay, now universe comprises of earth and all other heavenly body spaces around the earth. Okay, the universe includes the stars, planets, satellites, comets, asteroids, and space between them. Okay, now what are asteroids, what are comets, what are satellites? We will study these things in this particular chapter. So you can see this is our solar system where we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 planets, and we have a large sun. Okay, and these all planets are on a particular orbit and revolving around the sun. Clear? Okay, now let's study what are planets basically is. So planets are heavenly bodies that move around the sun. Okay, we have seen this through the image. Now they do not have any light of their own. That means they do not luminous objects, but they are visible due to sun. Okay, that means you can imagine this, that you are sitting in a room. Now the things you are seeing, like the notebooks in front of you, like the pencil in your hand. Okay, so those objects are not luminous, but you can see those objects because the bulb or anything luminous objects is present at your home. Okay, similarly like this, the planets do not exist their own luminous light, but are visible due to the sun. Clear? Now planets are much smaller than a star. Okay, but stars look much smaller than planets because stars are very much far as compared to planets. Okay, from the earth. Now each planet around the sun has its own path, which we call orbit. That means through the image we can see that these planets are revolving around particular path, and now we call these paths as called orbit. Clear? Now these 8 planets according to distance from sun are 8. Okay, you can read the names of these. In all these planets, Mercury is the smallest planet among all. Okay, it is very hot during the day and very cold at night times. Okay, it moves faster than other planets because its orbit is small and it is very close to earth. Okay, this is similar to understand, like if you take a ball in your hand and attach that ball with a ring, and now roll that ring. Okay, now you would observe that if you adjust so many balls with that ring and now you will revolve like this, then you would observe that the ball which is very close to the center revolve faster as compared to farther balls. Okay, this is same concept applies here. Next we have Venus. This is the brightest and hottest planet. It is also called morning and evening star, as it's seen in morning and evening times. Clear? Earth is neither too hot nor too cold, where all the living organisms survive. It has water and air that contains oxygen. It is the only planet with life on it. Okay, and other planets the life is not possible. Mars is covered with reddish sand and socks because of its reddish appearance. It's also called red planet. Jupiter is the largest planet among all. Okay. Next we have Saturn. It is the most beautiful spectral ring. Okay, this is Saturn because it comprises spectacular ring in it. Okay, this is very beautiful. Uranus is second farthest planet from the sun. Okay, Jupiter second farthest planet from the earth. Okay, and Neptune, this is the farthest from sun. Okay, like you can see, this is Neptune, this is very farthest from the sun, and this is Uranus, this is second farthest from the sun. Clear? And this Jupiter one is the largest, and this one Saturn, which comprises spectacular ring with it. Clear? Next we have comets, which are also heavenly bodies that appear as brightest ball of light in the sky, which with long glowing tails. The tail of comets always point away from the sun. Okay, that means these are very bright, and they have a light. They have a long glowing tail, and this glowing tail which is away from the sun. Okay. Next we have asteroids. These are very small heavenly bodies made up of rocks, revolve around the sun, mainly orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Okay, that means you saw that there is sun and there are some planets adjusted. So Mercury, Venus, Mars and Jupiter, between these asteroids are present. Okay. Now the solar system also consists of moons and other heavenly bodies such as comets and asteroids. Okay, the moons, what are moon basically? So this is the Earth's closest neighbor in the space. Okay, so a moon is very closest to Earth as compared to other planets and heavenly bodies. The moon is a natural satellite of the Earth. Okay, you know there are some artificial satellites also exist. Now the moon is about 384,400 kilometer away from the earth. It is the brightest object in the sky next to sun. It reflects the sunlight. The moon is rough and even. Okay, so it does not as much smooth as it looks from far, but it's actually very rough and uneven. It is made up of large craters, high mountains, and there is no air or water on the moon. No life can exist here. Clear? There is no gravitation also, you would have seen in movies and all. Next we have satellites. So satellites is also heavenly bodies that revolves around the planet. The moon revolves around the earth. Okay, that means you can see that planets revolve around the sun and this moon itself around the earth. Okay. So the moon is a satellite of the earth. It has no lights and it shines because it reflects the light of the sun. I already explained you this with an example. What are artificial lights? These are man-made objects which revolve around the earth just as the moon does. Okay, but moon is natural and these are artificial satellites which are human-made. Okay, on 12th April 1961, Major Yuri Gagarin became the first man in the world who go into space. You have to remember this. Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman to go into space. Again, remember this. Okay, see, artificial satellites look like this. Okay, not beautiful as much moon looks. Clear? On 3rd April 1984, squadron leader Rakesh Sharma became India's first man to go into space, and Aryabhatta, launched in 1957, was first Indian satellite. Clear? This is the name of satellite Aryabhatta. In September 2003, India launched INSAT 3. Okay, this is just theoretical information which you have to keep in your mind. Clear? Next, we have more uses of artificial satellites. So, artificial satellites are very important because these are base of communication satellites. Okay, so for conducting scientific experiments, that means if we would have satellites, then we are able to see space and we would study more about the universe through these satellites, and we are able to watch television programs, live broadcast of different parts of the world. This is because of artificial satellites. Clear? Now, to make long distance phone calls, STD and ISTA, this is because of artificial satellites. Okay, so they are used to take pictures of the movement of clouds and help us to the forest weather. These types of satellites known as weather satellite because they are giving us information about weather. Okay, and with the help of this, we are able to predict rain and precipitation around. Okay, next we have astronomers use satellites to take spatial measurements of our solar system like stars, galaxies. These type of satellites is known as space satellites. Okay, now these are astronomers, okay, who go to space and search different kinds of things. Okay, and spatial measurements of our solar system. So for such peoples, a satellite is designed is known as space satellites. Okay, so here our theoretical chapter completes. Now let's move on to the exercise portion of this chapter. First question we have. Tick the correct options. Solar system comprises of 10 planets. Okay, so we also saw in the image also that solar system has 8 planets. Okay, and what are those? Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Earth. Okay, now the dash is our Earth closest neighbor in space. So which is our Earth closest neighbor? And that is Moon. Okay, so we know all these questions. Moon is made up of large craters which is very rough and uneven. Okay, craters. Next, we have Dash became the first man in the world to go into space. So Rakesh Sharma was Indian. Valentina Tereshkova was a female. He is asking about man. So the right answer is Major Yuri Gagarin. Okay. Dash is satellite is used for forecast weather. So for weather, we have weather satellite. Okay, this is very easy question. Okay. Dash satellites are made up of objects. So which satellites are made up of objects, and that is artificial satellites. Artificial satellites. Yeah, the Dash is the only natural satellites of the Earth, so that is Moon. Dash was the first man from India who went to space. So from India they are talking about. So that is Rakesh Sharma. The moon is about dash kilometer away from the earth. So we saw from the text that this is 384,400 kilometer. Clear? The surface of the moon is very rough and uneven. Clear? Next we have tick the correct option. So Mercury is the planet nearest to the earth. So Mercury is the planet nearest to the sun. This is very obviously correct answer, and that's why Mercury is the fastest planet also. Clear? and it is also smallest planet. Venus is also called the red planet. This is wrong option. Venus is not a red planet. Neptune is the planet farthest to the sun. So Uranus, Neptune. Yes, this is correct answer. Asteroids are very small heavenly bodies. Absolutely correct. Kalpana Chawla was the first woman to go into space. No, Kalpana Chawla was Indian woman, and they have not mentioned anything Indian or not. So this is wrong. Clear? This is right. Next, we have some answer the following questions. Define space. So you can define space that this is a empty space of universe. This is how you can explain. Next, we have name the planet of the solar system. So you can mention those 8 planets. That is Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, so these Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Okay, so Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay, so you can mention these 8 planets. Next, we have write about the moon. So moon is a only natural satellite. It is the neighbor of the Earth, closest neighbor. Okay, name any 3 satellites. So write any 3 satellites. First is moon, second is Aryabhatta, and mention yourself third one. Write any 3 uses of artificial satellites. So artificial satellites uses are, first you can mention that it is help in communication. Okay, like TV, radio, okay, etc. Second use, you can write in weather, okay, for weather information. Third is scientific purpose. Okay, so all these you can mention. Okay, so here over this easy peasy chapter and interesting chapter also completes. I hope you understood this chapter. Thank you.